Alright guys, Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. What I've got for you today is a straight reaction to Band Maid and their new-ish song Forbidden Tale. Apologies for the very scant upload schedule, there's still circumstances beyond my control that are slowing things down. I'm hoping more kind of normal upload cycles, so just to say a huge thanks for the support. On that note, a massive shout out to Rabbi Rabs, Glenn Kelly, Stephen Williams, Rebecca Hay and Dales Ghost for their continued support on Patreon. Patreon.com/JBF Music is the best way to support the channel. So if you have the means and inclination to do that, just check out the link. But anyway, enough from me. Kind of first listen through here, I think someone might have told me it's a bit ballad adjacent. I might be making that up, so we'll just dive in and see what there is. Dramatic slow fade in with black and white. Alright, cool. So very soft vocals, piano kind of pan to the right, backing coming in, that kind of pad, snare drum, building it up, kind of military type roll. That might not be a piano. Okay, got the chugging guitars coming in with an interesting leading note. There's a lead part as well. They're adding a lot of layers already. The vocals also harmonise below very quietly. Lovely pause and a bit of echo on the vocals. Right, okay. The big kind of wall of sound with the little lead guitar kind of high up there. Big thunderous bass tone coming through. And some harmonies really kicking it in there. Alright, okay, I didn't expect this to go so hard from the intro. That's a cool riff. So it sounds like there's a wee bit more interplay between the guitars than usual. Like a bit more weaving of the lead parts rather than separated lead and rhythm. It could just be an overdub, so I might be mistaken there. Okay. That's sort of almost jazzy section there. It still worked, didn't it? It still kind of got away with it. I'm hardly, well, like halfway through the song, and there's so many things pop into my head that's like, oh, this would be interesting to look at in greater detail. Vocals blended incredibly nicely. Bit of crowd noise, that's a cool idea. There's a really cool pattern on the drums there on the toms. And the bass kind of doing the slightly higher lead stuff. Oh, the ooze, right. There's these ooze in the back that I thought was maybe a synth or a slide guitar. Right. It might be with a lot of reverb and auto-tune on it for like that kind of synthetic quality on the ooze there. I don't know if we'd call that a solo or a fill. Okay, so the reason this bit's sounding more epic or kind of, you know, I don't know, you know that bit in the song when you do that, it's because the kick drum's just doing that, and the crash cymbal as well. That was a cool noise. It's much less edgy than a lot of stuff they've kind of been doing that I've been listening to. It's much more coherent. Instead of like something doing a kind of more angular part, they're kind of going for like a bit of a juggernaut wall of sound thing here. Huge bass tone there. You can hear this like growl in the low end. It's the bass. It slides down the bass as well. octaves if you spot them, well done. Okay, there's a wee bit of a right kind of 90-degree turn to get back to that riff. I'm always in two minds with their songs because there's this idea in music where you do a motif and develop it. So something like Enter Sandman is a great example because it's basically more or less that. So I'm not plugged in properly just now, you might not have picked up that main riff all the way through it, just in different ways, and it's a very effective way to write a song. You basically have one idea and develop it. While I like that bandMaid chuck a lot in the mixer, I think there could have been like 2 or 3 songs out of this. So it's kind of cool that they pack so much into one. But it's just I don't know, it's very difficult to parse and explain, but I suppose the best example I can think of is a Muse demo from years and years ago, where it was like part of it, the song was Plug-in Baby, and part of it was another song. I can't remember the songs. If I can find it, I'll link it to it with a card. And Matt Bellamy had gone, this isn't quite working, the rest of the band had, and they'd turned what was one song into 2 different really kick-ass songs. And I think it's just that the simplistic rocker in me is always intrigued to kind of like, if they just did like a really basic, verse, chorus thing, and just focused on the dynamics, how much of a belter it would be. I don't know if I've explained that well at all, but hopefully I have. As I say, patreon.com/JBF Music is the best way to support the channel. Cheers guys, hope you're having a good one.